Hey guys, it's Turner459O, and welcome to my E3 2011 Nintendo press conference reaction and review video. Exactly what it says on the title. The conference ended literally 20 seconds ago, and yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. It wasn't nearly as mind blowing as last year's. Uh, yeah, there was no real huge announcement actually, because we already knew about Cafe. It had already been leaked and everything. We just didn't know the exact details. And even then, we still don't know the exact details. They seemed to focus only on the controller. And for half of it, I was confused whether or not it was a new console or just a controller. Anyway, let's just run down the list of what happened. The presentation starts, and an orchestra starts playing a Zelda medley, which is pretty neat. At the very end of the medley, there was on the screen new Skyward Sword footage that showed a blonde girl, so that might be the new incarnation of Zelda. We don't really know. Shigeru Miyamoto comes on stage, and then Bill Trinen comes out, which is translator, and the song that they played at the end of that medley was indeed the Skyward Sword main theme, which I believe is the trailer that when you reverse it, it becomes the Zelda theme. I'm pretty sure that's the main theme of the game. Played forwards, of course. The orchestra starts playing random tunes like Item Get. Okay. Link's Awakening on eShop at the end of today, which I don't really care about. Here's something cool, though. In September, or is it August? I don't know. Four Swords Adventures on DSiWare for free. So that's pretty cool. Everything free is awesome. Skyward Sword coming out this holiday season. I still think it's going to get delayed. Like, something will happen which will cause the game to get delayed. Because look what happened with Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time and basically every console Zelda ever. The coolest thing they showed on Skyward Sword, they barely showed anything on that game. Like, I know that they didn't want to do another live presentation like last year, so they couldn't screw up with the wireless, because that was pretty embarrassing last year. But it wasn't their fault. They barely showed any this year. One thing though, a gold Wii Remote Plus comes with the game. I think it's going to be like either a special edition or it's going to be like Mario Kart, where every copy of the game gets you a Wii wheel, or in this case, a gold Wii Remote. The orchestra that played the Zelda medley is traveling around the world like Video Games Live. So I'm hoping that they come to Vancouver, because that'd be badass. There are two music CDs that they're coming out with. The Ocarina of Time soundtrack, which goes out to people who register the game first in Club Nintendo. And so I'm getting the game day one, so I'm pretty much a shoo-in for that soundtrack, unless they only have like 10, which is ridiculous. Oh, and the orchestra's traveling in fall. They're waiting till fall to travel. And an orchestral soundtrack that's just a big medley of a bunch of songs. So that's cool, but you could just download it online. Yeah, nothing major has happened yet. It's pretty much stuff we already knew, except for maybe like Four Swords on DSi. The Zelda developers come out. Nothing happens. The orchestra plays the Skyward Sword theme one last time. Oh, and because of the new YouTube update, I don't have to fit this video in 11 minutes. So I can talk as slowly as I want. Iwata comes on stage. Reggie's still not there. He starts talking about Project Cafe, and this is only like 20 minutes into the presentation. So I thought that they were going to start right now, but then he says it's going to be revealed later in the conference, and the audience chuckles at the fake out. 3DS talk, and it's a montage time. And here are the games they showed off during the 3DS montage. Mario Kart 3D, Star Fox 64 3D, Super Mario 3D, Kid Icarus Uprising, And the only new game, Luigi's Mansion 2. So that's pretty good. Montage over. Reggie finally comes on stage to save us from mostly boredom. They are showing actual gameplay trailers now, with starting in order. So Mario Kart. It looks like Mario Kart except with hang gliders. And I know that sounds really stupid, but you pretty much have to watch the trailer, which should be linked in an annotation right now. Awesome. There's more customizable cars. And it comes out holiday season. Duh. Star Fox 64 3DS. You can tilt the system to control or the circle pad. So that's cool. And the tilting the controller, tilting the 3DS actually works. Like with face raiders and stuff, which is included in the system, it works. Trust me. I don't really care about the series, so I don't care. There's also multiplayer that you can use live video chat during your multiplayer battles to see your opponent's face. So that's pretty cool. That comes out September, which is earlier than I thought it would be. Super Mario 3DS. Okay, here's the one that everyone cared about. It looks like a combination of Mario Bros. Wii and Galaxy 2. Reggie had the greatest pun ever. He says this new game is quite a tale. Get it? Because the raccoon suit is back. Even on the logo, it has the little raccoon tail. And that comes out holiday season. Kid Icarus Uprising, new trailer. Looks awesome, obviously. There's a 3 versus 3 battle mode. The voice acting is average. Pit is a bit annoying. He's probably not going to be as annoying as he was in Brawl, but still, he sounds like a little kid, basically. But that's what he is, so that comes at holiday. And here's one of... You know what? I think this is the only new game they actually announced at the conference. Luigi's Mansion 2. It's a brand new game. It's not a remake. Same gameplay style. One thing that you can count on is the ghosts are going to scare the shit out of you if you have 3D turned on, because you just know there's going to be so many jump scares. Even though they're cartoon ghosts, I'm sure the game is going to find ways to scare the ever-loving shit out of you. Okay, third parties come out and start talking about games for the 3DS. I only written down the ones that everyone cares about. Resident Evil Mercenaries, Mario and Sonic at the London Olympics, Cave Story 3, getting that. Resident Evil Revelations, and Snake Eater 3D. I'm probably going to rent Snake Eater, see how I like it, because I really don't care for the stealth genre, but it seems like a neat series to get into. 8 minutes, okay. eShop talk. Yeah. The eShop, if you don't know, is basically the Wii Shop channel, except for the 3DS. And it came out last night as an update. And now they start talking about it as if no one's ever done it before, which I guess for people at the show floor, they wouldn't have had a chance to try it yet, but I did last night. They start talking about Excitebike 3D, which I already own, because it's a free download until July. And they start talking about Pokédex 3D. I already own it, so I don't even care. Like, if you have a 3DS, you have no excuse for not owning these two games. It's a free download. And now they start talking about Cafe, only like 40 minutes in. I think it was 40 minutes, I don't even know. And here is the big one. Here's the name of the official console or controller. I really don't know. They were not clear on this. The name is Wii U. So just Wii with a blue U at the end of it. So that's the name of Project Cafe, apparently. Okay. The controller is tablet shaped, so it's like an iPad, except the screen is 6 inches, and there's buttons. There's two analog sticks, circle pads, the same things that are the same analog stick that's on the 3DS, except there's 2 of them on both sides. There's the D-pad, and there's the 4 buttons, the SNES buttons, with the plus, minus, home button, and by the looks of it, a camera on the top. The trailer gets shown off of it. You can switch the game from the TV to the controller, And instantly the first thing that came to mind was Mega 64's Kojima video, Transfarring. Yeah. So that's what came to mind. Like, they'll probably do a parody on this as well, because it's Mega 64. They can do a parody on anything. So it's 10 minutes, and I only have 50 seconds left. Last year, haha. Dude. Now, this is where it gets really confusing, because they start talking about the controller, but they do not make it clear whether... And they keep saying, oh, you can transfer this from the console. By the looks of it, they're transferring it from the Wii. So, I'm confused whether or not this is a controller, that's it, or is it a controller with a brand new box console that they just decided not to talk about for some reason. I'm pretty sure it's a console, because next thing they showed off is a Zelda scene, except the graphics are like PS3 graphics. Problem is, I'm almost positive it was pre-rendered, so it probably wasn't. Iwata comes out to explain. I'm thinking it's like an entire handheld. Like, what's the point of the 3DS if you just have another handheld right now? But he says it is not a portable system because you need the signal from the Wii or the Wii U. Like I said, I'm confused whether or not there's a new console or not. Miyamoto trailer about talking to some guy. Who cares? Iwata is talking to Sakurai, and as soon as he mentions Sakurai, I'm like, oh my fucking god, I know what he's going to mention next. And this is a surprise. Smash Bros, no surprise, on 3DS and Wii U. That's a surprise. Didn't think they'd go both. And now my microphone is spiking, so I hope it sounds okay. But right now, they're focusing on Kid Icarus, so that's not going to come out for a while. So I'm assuming that'll be the big blowout game of next year's E3. Or maybe we'll find out more about it during the roundtable at like 6 o'clock today. Reggie comes back on stage, a game trailer with about a bird flying around. It looked like Japan or something. It makes no sense when I describe it. It's PS3 graphics. It's like, looks beautiful. And the thing is, it looks that beautiful, so I don't think it's pre-rendered, because why would they show off a pre-rendered? Like, you can do anything pre-rendered and make it look beautiful. So I'm pretty sure that's the actual graphics of the system, which makes me think this must be a new console with a badass controller. I don't know if you'd even use the word badass for the controller. So I'm confused. Is this are these being streamed from the controller, or is this from the console? I just don't know anymore, because they're not being specific. Then something weird happened. He started talking about this thing called New Super Mario Bros. Me, and I do not know if this is a new game or not. It just showed a new Super Mario Bros. Screen, except the yellow and blue toad were Mii's. Like, is that a downloadable thing that they're gonna put out? Is that a brand new Mario Bros. Wii? I don't know. It was really confusing. He starts describing a bunch of prototype games like Chase Me and stuff like that. Don't care. Then he... Oh, Reggie, by the way, is talking. Then he starts talking about Lego City Stories. I can't imagine anyone caring about that, but he seemed really proud of it for some reason. Developer reaction video. I'm still confused whether this is just a controller or a console. Okay, here's where the games start getting shown off. Darksiders 2, Tekken, Assassin's Creed, and here's the biggest one that the audience was like, whoa! Arkham City is on Wii U, which makes no sense, because Wii U comes out next year, but Arkham City comes out this year. So this has to be a new console, because there's no way a Wii could run Arkham City, let's just face it. Yeah, these graphics can be on Wii, so it must be a new console. But they're just focusing on the controller and not talking about the console, all for some stupid reason. And then they show another big montage, and the end of the montage, it had Ninja Gaiden 3 on Wii U, so that looked pretty cool. And I'm thinking, okay, what's your big game? What's your closing announcement? EA comes on stage, John Riccatello, I think his name was? John something. And he says, brilliant HD graphics. Thanks for finally clearing that up. So, pretty much confirmed now it's a console with a new controller. He talks about Battlefield 3 on Wii U. He talks about the online for like 5 seconds and says it's pretty cool. So I'm assuming it's going to be like Xbox Live type online. Anything is better than having a friend code every game, but and yeah, and then Reggie comes on stage and says, "Thanks, that's our presentation." That's it. So, final thoughts. Not nearly as good as last year. Last year had hundreds of megaton announcements like Epic Yarn, Donkey Kong Country Returns, the 3DS, Kid Icarus Uprising, just megaton, megaton, megaton. This, nothing. Everything but Luigi's Mansion 2 we knew was coming. So, but to be fair, Microsoft and Sony's press conferences were both disappointing. So it seems this year, all three big conferences were all disappointing. So yeah. Hopefully next year's is more interesting. Well, this is Turner459O. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.